Storyteller in here. I'm going to go through this pagan, anti-Christian, mutant crawl classics. I don't know if they're anti-Christian. Well, all RPGs are anti-Christian because you're not allowed to bring in your faith. And actually, this game is about Earth, so you could technically make this a totally Christian game. And however, I happen to have this game here. It's on Amazon, but okay, I got bad timing. But I plan on making more of these videos. But I'm updating the rules. It's the same rules. Here, let me just show you real quick because I was babble on about different things. So my Dark Ages one is on Amazon and has the sort of more. I've just cleaned up the rules a little bit. Like I've made them sort of bigger print, a little simpler in the sense of visually, and I've just rewritten the rules like literally from memory because of how much I've been focused and playing on it. And this is the older sort of patchwork of rules, and I kind of feel like it's dense, so I've cut out a lot of the verbiage and made it simpler. But anyway, same game, but I've made it I'm working on it right now, and it's going to be done within a few days, kind of a thing. But I've taken out sort of the infographics and made it very simple. But here's not something. In my game, you've got full-on crafting and engineering rules, and because you can make anything, you can upgrade things, blah blah blah. Anyway, so this is the Apostle Epoch, and it is a Gamma World style Gonzo, Mutant Crawl Classic style thing, mutations, all that. But you're Christians in a transport, going out into the world and finding all the survivors and civilizing the world. Think of it as a mirror of Europe, 6th, 7th century, AD. Where Christians went out and started planting churches and civilizing the world. What the game's goal is to... I'm just going to this... Where am I going? Here's the Empire. Here's a bunch of different adventure examples. Why am I doing this? Okay. I even got you guys, salvage. You're, going around looking for things and searching randomly and finding cool gear and upgrades. And I have a whole hex map thing where you create the world. I thought there was a bigger map thing here somewhere. Who made this book? Okay, it must have been me. Back here, all the references of the stuff, more creatures. I'm trying to find church planning and how that works. So you start off with one hex, and you can print these out like printables. I have a digital version. You can get the PDF, and you can print out these and cut them and like tape them together as the GM. You build out these worlds, these hexes, and then the players go and explore. So you can literally have like a taped together map. I have one on the wall over there, but it's. Oh, come on! Hold on a second. I'm getting it. See, here's an example of, and the home base. And now I just made a mock-up, and then on the back I was thinking I could write down each little thing there if you do a tabletop, because everything I do is virtual. I don't play on the table, but anyway, this is like an example of what you could do. You can print these out and tape them together, kind of thing. Anyway. So, but this is a Christian game, and there's evangelism. There's rules for evangelism. There's rules for, and you got witches and oppressors that do their thing, and the kind of black magic that they do. Make creatures. Okay, so that's my Apostles of the Epoch. So I'm just desperate to get like fun, adventurous stuff done, and I'm trying to finish the rules. The rules are done. I'm just trying to clean it all up so that it's really just clean, And it's been 2 years, over 100 playtesters. I don't know how many hours that is, but this is Mutant Crawl Classics, and I'm like, I want to at some point start making supplements like this, right? And I can recommend these ones. This is totally fine for. By the way, it's fine, and also the stat stuff here actually equates to. I did a previous video, but this is actually very similar to mine. If you understand my game and this, they're very similar. I could totally use this right now in the game. Like I could literally use this. The only difference I have in mine is I have armor saves, and they don't have armor saves here. You have to hit, which is they call armor class. And I call it defense, and then I also have armor save. And defense is 12 plus the awareness, a shield, a helmet, and then the armor class is the type of armor you're wearing that reduces some of the damage. I think you could just do it pretty quickly, like basic because the armor saves is very like tough leather is D4. you know, it's very simple. D4, D6, D8, D10, D12. Those are the basic. D12 is like robot and metal, plate mail. It's very simple to just add that to it or not. So all of this translates very simply. And this story is basically a village asks you to go down, or these worm creatures are terrorizing them or something, and you got to go down to where they are, and they worship this train that is actually dormant, and then as soon as you get into it, it takes off. Kind of so there's like this train adventure where you're stuck on this train, and these worm creatures. And I could in my game, even though it's Christian and it's Earth based, it's biblically, you can have mutations and stuff. I don't know if I would go this far with this worm thing. I would probably make them a little more human but wormy. Just my own taste. But this is totally fine. They should not be savable, these things. They're too far not human to be savable. But can there be an element of... The one way you could add a Christian element to it that's interesting is that the village maybe is fighting another gang who's worshiping this thing, and then both of them want it, and so they're hiring you to go do it, or they want you to go get rid of that gang so they can worship the train, and then you have to then convert them, and you have to discover that truth about it, something like that. Like you want to add an element of evangelism, and then once you convert them, they say they want to worship this train, and you got to go prove to them that this train is just a train, not some god hidden underneath the ground kind of a thing, and or you can make the worms sort of evil bandit humans that want to worship it, and they're kind of wormy, mutiny kind of as well. So you can do that. That's the point of the Christian role-playing game, is that there's a conversion element to it. Now, I now in my games, I have very few episodes where there's actual evangelism, because most of it is I like to throw a bunch of adventure at them, because I'm an RPG guy. That's the way it starts. You find these skiwick zealots, the worms, who obviously are worshiping the train. I just read this, but I can't remember. In my adventures too, I like to in the new format, sort of not this much fluff, not this much writing. I want to keep it simple. So I try in my adventures to make them like these are like little blurb adventures that you can build out. But I try to make them like literally a page or 2 pages, and just the stats of the creatures you want, and the basic concepts of the thing. And I try to keep it real. Like this right here is just 2 pages. This whole adventure, and this will be 1 or 2 evenings. And you basically go through here. This stuff's going on there, and these are modular, so that you can make your own maps and print these out if you wanted, and then make your own little village if you wanted. And then within the village, when they go searching for salvage, they get ambushed. There's a little ambush thing there. These are the different creatures they can encounter. In the salvage is you just use these tables for them finding stuff. And I too like to be, this is my whole like search and salvage thing, and if they roll really high, they could get a weapon, a cool weapon or whatever. And then of course you can make your own list of cool things that they get and stuff. And what's cool about my game, there's no level limits. And when they get like a couple of die rank bonuses for this, and a couple of die rank bonuses for the skill, a couple of die rank bonuses for a blessing, and a couple of die rank bonuses for using their inspired die, it doesn't kill or overpower them. It turns into a dice pool. Keep the highest, they don't have like levels where they get so high and they get powerful. So that's what I love about my game. Your characters can play. I've got a Christians in Space one going right now. They're in the 3rd season, over a year's worth of playing, and a new person could easily come in and start playing at first level, or whatever that referral is. Because you get glory points, and you purchase the die ranks to go up in skills and everything, and upgrading your gear and armor. But you don't get overpowered. You get more. You get better, but you don't get like whatever. Okay. You could totally use this. You could use these adventures. This is like $5 on Amazon or something, with a 5 to 10 depending on the if there's posters or not. So you enter. You fight the worm guys, and then go into the train and get some tickets and go. And that's they do a pile of rot of humans and whoever else, and to make their food. And there's 2. Okay, in my game, you can worship. Not you, but people will worship AIs. They worship anything. So just like pagans today, just like Democrats today. But you can. I love you, Democrats, by the way. Okay, because Jesus told me to. Anyway, so there's an AI that's the whatchamacallit? What's the name of the AI here? The conductor, and then there's the engineer AI, which is the bad AI. It's bad in the sense of its purpose is to run the train no matter what as it's exploding. And there's all this failure stuff happening and collapse, and then they got to go through the cars, and they got to run, go up through the cars to get to the engine. And this is obviously the simple map. They got to start here, go all that way, counter some fighting here with this vine thing, then go through. The worms are here, and then they can either climb up on the roof and go, or try to go through here. But this I think is really hard or something. I don't know. I forgot. Even though I just read it, but it's fun. And there's I think there's some bots or security things in here, or spiders or something. I forgot what it was. Yeah, some sort of spiders that fell, squirrel spiders that fell from the trees that hit when this thing hit it. And then you got to go through here, and there's the evil bot and the martial bot that's there. I don't know what that is. Anyway, so there's all that, and it's a fun little, goofy little, simple adventure here. Artwork's okay. I don't know. I guess that's the old classic style or whatever, which is funny. A couple of interesting objects here I would not use. I would not give them. They're kind of goofy. But whatever. No, it's not a big deal. But anyway, it's a simple story, simple adventure. You can always see. So that's my little take on this. And yes, I'm pushing against Mutant Crawl Classics, pushing for my Christian game. I do not expect reciprocal cross promotion at all from any RPG out there, which is fine. But this is a Christian game where you can do a Mutant Crawl Classics if you wanted, and it's completely compatible. But again, you have a evangelism and blah 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 to it. Okay, so that's my quick little attack on Mutant Crawl Classics. I'm actually ordering kind of most of these and enjoying reading them actually. So there's that. But again, I am a Christian, and so I want you to be a Christian. You are going to be a missionary Christian in the game. Why else would civilization? There's no civilization without church. There's no civilization. There's no building up. There's no actual heroics without Christianity, because the pagans will just go in, get their money, get their dues, get their payback, get their conquest, and get their upgrades, and then get out and do something else for the fun of it. As not for Christians. No, we want to leave something there. We want to leave a lasting church that will build up that community, build them into families, build them into mothers and fathers and children, and courage, and not to fear the pain and suffering, blah blah blah. So yeah, that's it. So in the game of life, people roll holy dice, and there's Apostle Dapoc. Just give me another couple of weeks before I'm going to be doing more of these videos anyway, because I got a bunch more of these that I got. So, but I'll be getting this finalized and finished. I'm working on that today all day. This one in the Christian space, I'm almost done. Okay, game of life, roll holy